We love you. A Christmas Eve Massacre. Sylvia Pardo. Kovinia Massacre. This happened on December the 24th, 2008, a city in the suburbs of Los Angeles, California. On this Christmas Eve, 9 people were killed by gunfire and arson. Inside the house of 1129 East Knollcrest Drive, a Christmas party was going on. 45-year-old Bruce Jeffrey Pardo had gone into the home dressed as Santa. Later on in the early hours of the morning, he had shot himself in the head at his brother's home. But his brother was not home at this time. They said they were having problems in the marriage, and they had just got divorced on the 18th of December, 2008. 1 week before the massacre. The ex-wife and her parents were missing as the fire had spread through the home and some bodies could not be identified until much later from an autopsy. The ex-wife and the in-laws were having a party, and there was about 25 of them in the home. Bruce had brought in a gift. He had brought in a gift to the home, dressed as Santa, and he was holding in one hand a homemade flamethrower. In the other hand, he was holding a 9mm semi-automatic gun. He also had 3 more 9mm on him for backup, somewhere in his Santa's uniform. As Bruce opens fire, as he opens the door and opens fire, he fires firstly at his 8-year-old daughter. And then Sylvia's sister, the ex-wife, as she runs towards him, she gets hit in the face. She gets shot in the face. All hell breaks loose. People running, and he's shooting them as they're running. He also stood over them victims and shot them execution style. 9 people are now dead. 3 are injured. 8-year-old was shot, had a shot to the face. The 20-year-old had a broken ankle from jumping from the 2nd floor window. A 16-year-old had been shot in the back. One person did manage to escape and go to the neighbor's house and call 911 while the attacks were going on and the house was being set on fire. Bruce had driven 30 miles to his brother's home in a rental car. Apparently, Bruce had plans. He had plans, okay. He was planning on getting on a flight and going to Canada. They also found a lot of cash on him, at least 17,000. But because of the flamethrower, and maybe his Santa Claus outfit was not fireproof, you know, poof, went up in smoke, and he had got badly burnt. So that might have ruined his plans on catching that flight he'd already booked from the airline. The victims of his crime in this home, of his ex-wife Sylvia's parents' home, the 9 victims, the ex-wife Sylvia, her mother and father, a brother and his wife, another brother and his wife, a sister and her 17-year-old son were shot or died in the fire. Apparently, this couple had not been married very long. It seems like they were only married a short time. And in this short time of knowing him and being married, Bruce Pardo wouldn't take care of her and her 3 children. What she earned, she had to support her 3 children from another marriage. He also did not want a joint account. His money was his, her money was hers, and she had to take care of her kids, dressing them, feeding them, and things like that. He also didn't tell her, or she didn't find out till later, that he had another child he was taking care of, and she had been in an accident of some kind. I don't know if it was a pool or something, and she had medical bills. So I guess maybe it was taking a lot of his money. Apparently, he didn't tell her that. She found out. She found out later. Bruce had told friends that his wife Sylvia was taking him to the cleaners. She was going to try to get hold of his money, and it was not a very good divorce. Resentment, all those kind of things were lurking in his little pea brain, you know. But after the divorce, the judge ordered him to pay her $10,000 as part of the divorce settlement. And of course, the kids were not his. He had never adopted them or nothing like that. So after the payout, he complained that she kept the wedding ring and she got the family dog in the divorce settlement. And he also didn't like the fact that she lived rent-free with her children at her parents' home. He did not like that. He also didn't like the fact that she bought herself a nice new car. She went gambling. She was going gambling. And she eats out at fine restaurants. And she has massages. Also, she takes golf lessons. And this is why Christmas Eve Massacre 2008 took place. He wanted to end her fun. I guess he thought she should be miserable getting a divorce. He thought she didn't have any money. But this was in his head. And these are the reasons this man took out her entire family at a Christmas Eve home party for Sylvia's family. He wiped them all out and torched the home. And that's my Christmas Eve Massacre story. Thank you, guys.